Oh, hey guys. How are you? I'm pretty good. Um, I guess I gotta show you guys that trick I was telling you about. I mean, I'm at 100 subscribers now, so thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for 100 subs. Really means a lot to me. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the invisible deck trick is it's a trick with this deck of cards here. Um, I know it's really exciting. We can like open it up here. I'll just throw the deck away. Now I have these cards here, right? So they're all face up. If I had a spectator, I'd ask them just pull out any card. Here, let me spread it out more. There we go. So now we got the four of spades. Yeah, four of spades. Look, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip this over actually, and just put it in the center. Close up that. Hang on. Let me get the box real quick. All right, we got the box now. Just gonna put those back in the box and back in my pocket. So, you chose the four of clubs, right? It's a free choice. You could have chosen any card. Here's the crazy thing. Look, I can actually make your deck become visible. And if I go in my pocket, we actually have one deck of cards that is now visible. See, look, if I actually go through this deck, you see how like all the cards are like face up, but like one is reversed, right? Like you guys can see this. Like we got here like the five of diamonds, the five of clubs, jack of diamonds, right? But right here we actually have a reverse card, and if we look at it, it's actually the four of spades. So yeah, that was the invisible deck trick, guys. Let's stick around for the tutorial. Alright guys, so the invisible deck, if you haven't guessed it already, is a trick deck. It's a really powerful trick deck because it's completely impromptu. Your spectator can name really any card they want to, and it works literally every single time. And the setup is so simple, and like the reset is completely unnoticed. So let's get right into it. So for this, you're gonna need to get an invisible deck, either off of Amazon, Illusionist, any really site that'll sell cards. Most of them sell invisible decks. I'd say Amazon would be your best bet. But yeah, so this right here is a gem. Trust me, it is worth the money. Like I'd probably spend maybe 10 bucks on this, and it's lasted me like several months, and it is so stinking good. And basically what it is a spectator names a freely chosen card. So let's say they say like the seven of hearts, and you can actually go through the deck and you can spread through it, and you can show the spectator, and then one card is reversed, which is actually the card that they named. And you can do this over and over and over again. I'd probably say limit it to about 2, maybe 3 per time that you show it, because if you keep doing it, I mean you can, but people will start to catch on, they'll start to notice patterns, they'll start to look for things. So I usually perform it once, maybe twice at a time. So what this is, it's a trick deck. Looks like a normal deck, but actually, if I go like this, there's all of these cards that are like this. This is actually a bunch of cards that are loosely stuck together with some roughing fluid. You can get it at Home Depot, I think. Illusionist actually has a really good product called Villain. It applies like a rough, smooth technique where you can create your own invisible decks. But mine I just buy off Amazon. So like here is these two cards, right? And they stick together pretty well until you decide when they actually split. And if you spread cards like this, you can honestly spread it really evenly until you have to show a card. Now, a couple things that you do not want to do with an invisible deck. You do not want to shuffle it, because that gets rid of the rough and smooth technique, and it takes a really long time, and it really it sucks. Don't do it. Second thing you don't want to do is, you're good to cut it, but make sure when you cut it, you're not cutting it at like a point where it's two face down cards. Third, you don't want to do any dribbles or springs or anything like that, because that will separate the two, and that'll make it more obvious. Plus, if you like spring it and the cards go everywhere, you're kind of toast. So now, what you do is, or what I do, is I have these in the box, just ready to go. Now, what's great about a bicycle deck is this flap here, you can actually pull it back, and there's this little part right here where it looks like it's part of the box, but it actually folds back. And what that allows me to do, it allows me to look at that card here. So here I know this is the king of clubs. So I know on the front would be the ace of spades. And I'll get into why that's important. Now, most invisible decks come in a really easy order. What it is every other card is the odd card. So it's ace of spades, 3 of spades, 5 of spades, 7 of spades, 9 of spades, jack of spades, ace of diamonds, 3 of diamonds, 5 of diamonds. And then same way, the opposite way. It's jack of hearts, 9 of hearts, 7 of hearts, 5 of hearts, so on and so forth. And I flip the deck over, it's queen of diamonds, 10 of diamonds, 8 of diamonds, 6. You guys get the point, right? So that's the first thing. If you want to reveal a card that is odd, you want to have the king face up. If you want to reveal a card that's even, you have the ace face up. So let's say I wanted to reveal the 2 of hearts. You would have the ace face up, so you do your little trick with the box, and you spread through lightly, and you know that there's 2 ways you can find the card. One, which I usually use, so you see here it's jack, 9, this should be the 8, 7, should be the 6, 5, should be the 4, 3, 4, should be the 3, and this right here should be the 2. And the best part about this is if you flip it up, it actually is the 2 of hearts. So all you have to do is just spread that card. You want to like separate those 2 cards, and you can flip it over. Now, what you can also do is, this is how these invisible decks are set up. Every pair adds up to 13. So this is 3 and 10, that equals 13. 9 and 4, 13. 5 and 8, 7 and 6. And face cards are worth their values after 10. So jacks would be 11, on the back is the 2. Queens are worth 12, and on the face is the ace, which is 1. And then kings are worth 13, so they are paired with each other. And the way they're paired is king of hearts goes with spades, and diamonds goes with clubs. And I'll explain that now too. The way you'll tell which card is where is, so here's spade. They're paired as spade and hearts, clubs and diamonds. So I know that if I am at the 7 of clubs, I know on the back should be the 6 of diamonds. And if I spread it over, it is a 6 of diamonds. And that might be a little confusing, so you might want to use the other way. But either way works, especially if they're all in this order. Now the kings, what I do is I have both of my red kings facing the same way, right? So on the back, both of the black kings are facing the same way. And what I do is, like, let's say they said the king of hearts, I would know that I would have to pull this side out because obviously it's a black king, so the red kings are on the other side. they said, let's say king of spades, I'd know I'd have to pull this side out because the other side's the king of clubs, so I need that to be face down. There are 2 scenarios, maybe 3, that are kind of avoidable and you kind of want to avoid them. First is if they say the ace of spades. Like, what if they name like a cliche card like this? What I usually do is, let's say this is in the box, and I say just name any card, it doesn't matter. If they say ace of spades, what I will do is I will do my peek right there, and I will show that the ace is actually the front card, and that usually blows people's minds. Now let's say they say king of clubs. I do the same thing except opposite. Now another one that's kind of awkward to spread is the queen of hearts, and that is actually right underneath the ace, because they may think that you did some weird thing where you got like a face down card second from the top. So what you can do is, like, if you don't want someone to say them, say just name any card. Like, one card was reversed in this deck, but it's not an obvious one, like the ace of spades or the queen of hearts. That usually gets people to choose any of these cards. So that's one way to go about presenting this trick. You can say, just name any card. It could be a favorite card, could be one that maybe a magician wouldn't really force on you. That's one way to go about it. And you can already have this inside the box right now. Let's say you just had this in your pocket, and you go up to someone and say, all right, just name any card, doesn't matter really, just what's your favorite card? Let's say they say like the 7 of hearts. What you could do is go in the pocket and say, it's crazy you said that, because actually I made a prediction. What I did, and then you go through your whole routine where you take it out, you go through, I look through, okay, the first part is clubs and diamonds on this side, so I spread through until I get to the hearts and spades, and then I see, okay, 2, 4, 6, okay, so this should be 7, and then I reveal it. That's one way to go about presenting the trick. The way that I did in the performance was I had this already in my pocket, but I literally I pulled out nothing, and I said, look, this is an invisible deck, right? So it kind of alludes to the fact of the name of the trick, if you just want to play it off like that. So you can say, I have an invisible deck, I'll open it up, throw the box away. These cards are now all face up, right? So you can see all the faces of them, and then you can go and say, all right, just pull out anyone, pull out your favorite one. Which one of these is your favorite? And then they'll play along. They'll pull out a card, and they'll say it's 7 of hearts. And then say to them, okay, now flip that card over. They flip it over and say, now just put it in the center of the deck. Perfect. I'll get the box back, and then I'll just put that in my pocket. And then here, you just do whatever you want to do. You can milk this out however you want. I usually do it where, look, actually, if I snap, and if you take a peek in my pocket, there's actually a deck of cards now. It's pretty cool, right? I mean, before it was invisible, right? And from here, you can do your whole thing, right? That's another way to go about it. You can also do it where you actually have another deck. Hang on. Like, let's say you just had like any deck at all, and you had someone go through, and they honestly just pick any card, and you'd have them reveal it to you. So you say, okay, the 8 of spades. It's actually funny. What I did was I had a deck in my pocket. I actually had a prediction in my pocket, and then go through the whole routine. The more you practice this, the more you do it on people, the easier it gets to find the card, to know where certain things are. Because overall, it is an amazing trick. This honestly fries people like none other. This is probably your best bet at a trick deck. This, and I'd say the mental photography deck, which you guys can go look up if you were interested in that. Now, that was all the stuff that I used with the invisible deck. If you guys have anything else, leave that in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're not already. I'd love to add new people to the channel every day. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you again for letting me hit 100 subscribers, and I'll see you next time.